Okay, so I shot a squirrel. I'm going to try to show a quick way of skinning it. If you're not going to keep the fur, which I'm not going to right now, get a bit of the back skin here. Try not to stab yourself in the process. So once you get that, should be able to get yourself underneath the fur and the skin here, and then if you just grab like this and pull, you can pretty much get the guy out of his suit with just a little bit of cut that. Alright, so now we got a top half and a bottom half, and we can pull this down just like we're pulling off his trousers, I suppose. And I have not gutted him yet. I will do that once I get the fur out of the way. Try to get my fingers around his leg, so I don't want to tear the muscle if I can help it. There we go. Then I can just pull it down. See how it just goes right down the leg like that? Same with this one. I have learned to not be as dainty with it. Pull that down. You can already see. Now at the top, do the same thing. This little fellow was making some noise in the yard, so I figured I would go back there, shoot him, and be able to give a demonstration. And then what I do is I can just cut off the try to get up as high as you can, because there is some meat there, depending how hungry you are. But you don't want to waste it, because this little guy gave his life for you. So you want to make sure you use every bit that is usable. I suppose if it was a survival situation, you could also. So at this point, he's almost good to go, but I'm gonna eviscerate him. I believe that's the right word. Again, if I was going to save the fur, I wouldn't have done it this way, but you know, this is just a little guy, and I'm not overly concerned about saving the fur, because I have a bunch of them, and I'm just looking to get a meal. And oops, in a survival situation, you would just want to you know, get your meat. Another recommendation I should have given was make sure your knife is really sharp. Mine's only a little bit sharp. So at this point, I'm going to cut his head off. Get that out of the way. We are starting to get to the point where it's just looking like a body. I will admit, no matter how long I've been doing this nonsense, I just cut right through the pelvic bone there. I try to be careful to not break things like his cut into the intestines or anything like that, because, well, it's the intestines and it's going to have poop in there and it's going to be gross. So what I do is I kind of reach up in here. You're going to want to get the there's like the diaphragm there. You can just tear that out of the way. You got a heart and lungs. Pull those down, and that comes out because I already cut, you know, where the esophagus would have been, and everything just kind of comes right out. Again, trying not to get the intestines. Again, the nice thing is when they're small, you can just kind of cut that area out if you want. And I'm not sure how long that took me, but at this point in time, he is gutted and cleaned, and that is ready to be maybe washed up a little bit, and we can cook him up.